Welcome to secondary BSc Mathematics 4th semester students. This is KVR Narasimhara, lecturer in Mathematics, Sri Venkateswara College of Arts and Science, Amalapuram, East Godavari district, affiliated to Adikavi Nana University, Rajahmundry. Today I will explain lesson number 7 of unit 1 of your mathematics paper, Real Analysis. So we have already completed 6 lessons. The lessons are related to sequences and their types and their properties, basic properties, operations on sequences, and convergence of sequence and divergence of sequence, oscillation of sequence, and theorems based on. In the 6th lesson I have completed Cauchy's theorem. 5th and 6th lessons, Cauchy's first theorem on limits and Cauchy's second theorem on limits, sandwich theorem and their problems. In this lesson I will explain one of the important theorem on sequences, that is Cicero's theorem. What is the statement? Cicero's theorem. That is, if limit Sn is equal to L and limit Tn is equal to L dash, then show that limit S1 Tn plus S2 Tn minus 1 plus S3 Tn minus 3 plus etc. Sn T1 whole by n is equal to L dash. What is the first theorem on limits? Cauchy's theorem. Limit Sn is equal to L. Then show that limit S1 plus S2 plus etc. Sn whole by n is also L. That is the Cauchy's first theorem on limits. Now we go to Cicero's theorem. Cicero's theorem is limit Sn is equal to L. Limit Tn is equal to L dash. Then show that limit S1 Tn, S2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. etc. Sn T1 whole by n is equal to L dash. Now we go to proof. Sequence Sn and sequence Tn are two real sequences and limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to L. Limit n tends to infinity, Tn is equal to L dash. Call it as 1. Let us define a sequence Un such that Un is equal to Sn minus L. That means U1 is equal to S1 minus L, U2 is equal to S2 minus L, etc. Un is equal to Sn minus L. This implies limit Un is equal to limit Sn minus L is equal to 0. And Sn is equal to Un plus L. Now, limit Un is equal to 0 implies limit mod Un is also 0. This implies limit mod U1 equal to 0, limit mod U2 is equal to 0, etc. Limit mod Un is equal to 0. Therefore, limit modulus of U1 plus mod U2 plus etc. mod Un by n is also 0 by Cauchy's first theorem on limits. Call it as equation 2. What is equation 1? Limit Sn is equal to L, limit Tn is equal to L dash. Now what is second equation? Limit mod Un is equal to limit mod U1 plus mod U2 plus etc. mod Un by n is equal to 0. Now S1 Tn plus S2 Tn minus 1 plus S3 Tn minus 2 plus etc. Sn T1 whole by n is equal to U1 plus L into Tn plus U2 plus L into Tn minus 1 plus U3 plus L into Tn minus 2 plus etc. plus Un plus L into T1 whole by n. This on simplification L into Tn plus Tn minus 1 plus Tn minus 2 plus etc. T1 plus U1 Tn plus U2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Un T1 by n. Therefore, S1 Tn plus S2 Tn minus 1 plus S3 Tn minus 2 plus etc. Sn T1 whole by n is equal to L into T1 plus T2 plus etc. Tn by n plus U1 Tn plus U2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Un T1 by n. Call it as equation 3. Limit n tends to infinity, Tn is equal to L dash. This implies limit T1 plus T2 plus etc. Tn by n is also L dash. So limit exists means sequence Tn is bounded. Sequence Tn is bounded. Sequence Tn bounded means there exists K belongs to R plus such that mod Tn less than K for all n belongs to capital N. This implies 0 less than or equal to modulus of U1 Tn plus U2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Un T1 by n, because every modulus greater than or equal to 0. That's why 0 less than or equal to modulus of U1 Tn plus U2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Un T1 by n less than or equal to, because modulus of A plus B less than or equal to mod A plus mod B. That's why modulus of U1 into mod T1 plus mod U2 into mod Tn minus 1 plus etc. mod Un into mod T1 by n, because of mod AB is equal to mod A into mod B also has been applied. Therefore, 0 less than or equal to modulus of U1 Tn plus U2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Un T1 by n less than or equal to K into mod U1 plus mod U2 plus etc. mod Un by n, because of mod Tn less than K for all n belongs to n. That means mod T1 less than K, mod 2 less than K, etc. mod Tn less than K. That's why 0 less than or equal to mod U1 Tn plus U2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Un T1 by n less than or equal to K into 0, because of mod U1, limit mod U1 plus mod U2 plus etc. mod Un by n equal to 0 from equation 2. Therefore, 0 less than or equal to U1 Tn plus U2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Un T1 by n less than or equal to 0. It looks like Sn less than or equal to Un less than or equal to Tn. Limit Sn is equal to 0. Limit Tn is equal to 0. Therefore, limit Un is also 0. Therefore, U1 Tn plus U2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Un T1 by n is equal to 0. Now 3 implies limit S1 T1 plus S2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Sn T1 by n is equal to limit n tends to infinity T1 plus T2 plus etc. Tn by n into L plus 0. What is T1 plus T2 plus etc. Tn by n? L dash. Therefore, limit S1 Tn plus S2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Sn T1 by n is equal to LL dash. This is the Cicero's theorem. What is the statement of Cicero's theorem? Limit Sn is equal to L. Limit Tn is equal to L dash. Then limit S1 Tn plus S2 Tn minus 1 plus etc. Sn T1 by n is also LL dash. This is the Cicero's theorem. Now we go to next theorem. This is also very, very important. That is, discuss the nature of the sequence. Discuss the nature of the sequence R power n for all small n belongs to capital R, small r, sorry. r power n, small r belongs to capital N. In this case, we will discuss about the nature of the sequence r power n for different values of different real values of r. In this case, r has so many cases. The different cases are r greater than 1, r is equal to 1, r is equal to 0, minus 1 less than or less than 0, 0 less than or less than 1, r equal to minus 1, r less than minus 1. These are the 7 cases arises for observing the nature of sequence r power n. Now what is the sequence given to us? R power n. Now sequence r power n is a real sequence for all r belongs to capital R. Then the various cases are r greater than 1, that is first case, r equal to 1, second case, r less is equal to 0, third case, 0 less than or less than 1, fourth case, minus 1 less than or less than 0, fifth case, r is equal to minus 1, sixth case, r less than minus 1, seventh case. Now case 1, if r greater than 1, r greater than 1 real number, let h is equal to r minus 1 greater than 0, implies r is equal to 1 plus h, r power n is equal to 1 plus h whole power n, binomial expansion, 1 plus nh plus n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial h square plus n into n minus 1 n minus 2 by 3 factorial h cube plus etc. n factorial by n factorial into h power n. This value is greater than or equal to 1 plus nh, because 1 plus h whole power n is an expansion of all the terms having addition. So the whole value must be greater than or equal to 1 plus nh. Let k greater than 0, now 1 plus rh greater than 1 plus nh greater than k. We have to choose k greater than 0 such that 1 plus nh greater than k. This implies n greater than k minus 1 by h. Choose an integer m belongs to n such that m greater than k minus 1 by h. Now small n belongs to capital N, small n greater than or equal to m implies n greater than k minus 1 by h implies r power n greater than 1 plus nh greater than k. Therefore r power n greater than k. So this implies nth term of the sequence r power n greater than k for very very large k constant k. Therefore sequence r power n diverges to plus infinity as n tends to infinity. This is case 1. Case 2, if r is equal to 1, then sequence r power n is sequence 1 power n. Sequence 1 power n is sequence 1. Sequence 1 is a constant sequence. Therefore, we know that constant sequence converges to the constant. Therefore, for r equal to 1, sequence r power n converges to 1. Case 3, r equal to 0, then sequence r power n is sequence 0 power n is sequence 0, is again a constant sequence having the constant 0. We know that constant sequence converges to the same constant. Therefore, for r equal to 0, sequence r power n converges to 0. 3 cases have completed. First case is r greater than 1. In that case, for r greater than 1, let us choose h is equal to r minus 1 greater than 0. Implies r is equal to 1 plus h. R power n is equal to 1 plus rh whole power n, expanding. The expansion series must be greater than or equal to 1 plus nh. Therefore, choose a constant k, very very large constant, such that 1 plus h greater than k, implies n greater than k minus 1 by h. Choose an integer m belongs to n such that m greater than k minus 1 by h. Therefore, small n belongs to capital N, n greater than or equal to m implies n greater than k minus 1 by h implies r power n greater than 1 plus nh greater than k. Therefore, r power n tends to infinity as n tends to infinity. Second case is r is equal to 1. For r equal to 1, sequence r power n is equal to sequence 1. It is a constant sequence. We know that constant sequence is also always convergent to the same constant. Therefore, for r equal to 1, sequence r power 1 converges to 1. For r equal to 0, next case, third case, sequence r power n is sequence 0 power n is equal to sequence 0 is also a constant having constant equal to 0. Therefore, for r equal to 0, sequence r power n converges to 0. Next case 4, minus, that is 0 less than or less than 1. This is case 3. Suppose 0 less than or less than 1. Let us choose h is equal to 1 by r minus 1. 1 by r minus 1 greater than 0 implies r is equal to 1 by 1 plus h. 1 by 1 plus h. For n belongs to capital N, r power n is equal to 1 by h whole power n is equal to 1 by nh plus n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial h square plus etc. etc. It must be less than or equal to 1 by 1 plus nh. Limit 1 by nh is equal to 1 by h into limit 1 by n is equal to 1 by h into 0 is equal to 0. By sandwich theorem, limit r power n is equal to 0. Therefore, sequence r power n converges. This is case 4. For case 4, 0 less than or less than 1. In this case, let us choose h is equal to 1 by r minus 1. Whereas in the case 1, h is equal to r minus 1. This is 1 by r minus 1. Now, case 5, minus 1 less than or less than 0. So, let r equal to minus s implies minus 1 less than or less than 0 implies minus 1 less than minus s less than 0 implies 0 less than s less than 1. Sequence Sn is equal to sequence r power n is equal to sequence minus s whole power n. This is equal to minus 1 whole power n into sequence s power n. Let Sn is equal to limit r power n is equal to limit minus 1 whole power n into s power n is equal to minus 1 whole power n into limit s power n is equal to minus 1 into 0 from case 4. Therefore, for minus 1 less than or less than 0, also sequence r power n converges to 0. So, up to 5 cases. In the first case, that is r greater than 1 diverges. R equal to 1 converges, r equal to 0 converges, minus 1 less than or less than 0 also converges. 0 less than or less than 1 also converges. Minus 1 less than or less than 1, less than or equal to 1 are all converges. Minus 1 less than or equal to 1 converges. Now we go to next case, that is case 6. The case 6 states that if r equal to minus 1, r equal to minus 1 means r power n is equal to minus 1 whole power n. Minus 1 whole power n is equal to 1 for n is even. Minus 1 whole power n is equal to minus 1 for n is odd. Therefore, sequence Sn oscillates finitely. So, it is not convergent or not divergent. Next, case 7, r less than minus 1. R less than minus 1. That is, let r equal to minus s. R less than minus 1 implies minus s less than minus 1. Because r equal to minus s implies s greater than 1. R power n is equal to minus s whole power n is equal to minus 1 whole power n into s power n. If n is even, then minus 1 whole power n into s power n diverges to plus infinity as n tends to infinity, since r s greater than 1, for n is even. For f n is odd, then minus 1 whole power into s power n diverges to minus infinity as n tends to infinity because of s greater than 1. Therefore, r less than 1 oscillates infinitely. R equal to minus 1 oscillates finitely. R equal to 0, R equal to 1, and minus 1 less than R equal to 1 converges. R greater than 1 diverges. This is the nature of sequence R power n. This is the concept of sequence R. Very, very important. This question may be asked in so many times in the examination. So, my dear students, you should take care in listening sequence R power n in all the 7 cases. What are the 7 cases? R greater than 1 first case. It is diverged. R equal to 1 converges to 1. R equal to 0 converges to 0. Minus 1 less than R less than 0 converges. 0 less than R less than 1 converges. For R equal to 1, R equal to 0 also converges. Therefore, minus 1 less than R less than equal to plus 1, for not minus 1, not equal to minus 1, the sequence is convergent. R equal to minus 1, sequence oscillates finitely. R less than minus 1, the sequence oscillates infinitely. Now we go to the next concept is monotonic sequences. What is meant by monotonic sequence? If sequence Sn is a sequence of real numbers and Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all small n belongs to capital N, then the sequence Sn is said to be monotonically increasing or increasing sequence or non-decreasing sequence. Sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and every previous term must be less than or equal to succeeding term for all n belongs to capital N. Then the sequence Sn is said to be non-decreasing or monotonically increasing or increasing sequence. Example, sequence 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, etc. is a monotonically increasing or non-decreasing sequence. Next, if sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers, and Sn less than Sn plus 1 for all n belongs to capital N. Whereas in the previous case, Sn less than or equal to, in this case only Sn less than Sn plus 1. Then the sequence is said to be strictly increasing or strictly monotonically increasing sequence. Example, sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. is a monotonically, or another example, sequence 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, etc. These are all strictly monotonically increasing sequences. Now we go to another definition. If sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and Sn greater than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all n belongs to capital N, then sequence Sn is said to be monotonically non-increasing or decreasing sequence or monotonically decreasing sequence. That means every next term is less than or equal to its just preceding term. This rule is followed in the entire sequence. Then the sequence is said to be monotonically decreasing or non-increasing sequence. That is Sn greater than or equal to Sn plus 1. Example, 1, 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, etc. is a monotonically decreasing sequence. Next one is strictly monotonic decreasing sequence. If sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and Sn greater than Sn plus 1 for all n belongs to capital N, then sequence Sn is said to be monotonically decreasing sequence, strictly monotonically decreasing sequence. This is the fourth. So far we have completed monotonic increasing, strictly monotonic increasing, monotonic decreasing, and strictly monotonic decreasing sequences definition have already completed. Now, what is meant by monotonic sequence? If sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and sequence Sn is either monotonic increasing or monotonic decreasing, then the sequence is said to be monotonic sequence. That means sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and first condition Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all n belongs to capital N, or second condition Sn greater than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all n belongs to capital N. Then either of these two conditions valid good, then the sequence is said to be monotonic sequence. That is, any of the four examples are that is regarding monotonic. Some sequences, they are not monotonic increasing or monotonic decreasing. They are called non-monotonic sequences. Example, sequence 0, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, minus 1. They are not followed any of the rules in 1 or 2, 3, 4. That is Sn greater than or equal to Sn, or Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1, or Sn greater than or equal to Sn plus 1. These two conditions have not valid good. Then the sequence is said to be non-monotonic sequence. Now, important theorems based on the monotonic sequence. Every monotonically increasing sequence is bounded below. Second, every monotonically decreasing sequence is bounded above. For this theorem, I will explain the theorems both in English and Telugu. That's why ఈ థియరంలో ఏంటంటే ప్రతి మోనోటానిక్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ కూడా బౌండెడ్ బిలో అవుతుంది, అలాగే ప్రతి మోనోటానిక్ డిక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ కూడా బౌండెడ్ అబోవ్ అవుతుంది. నౌ we go to prove the results. Proof. Let sequence Sn is a monotonically increasing sequence. That means Sn greater than Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all small n belongs to capital N. Monotonically increasing means every previous term less than or equal to every next succeeding term. That is Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all n belongs to N. This implies S1 less than or equal to S2, S2 less than or equal to S3 implies S1 less than or equal to S3. Similarly, Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1 and Sn must be greater than or equal to Sn minus 1. From these results, we conclude that S1 less than or equal to Sn for all n belongs to capital N. Once again, what is the monotonic increasing sequence? Every previous term less than or equal to succeeding term. That is Sn less than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all small n belongs to capital N. For using this S1 less than or equal to S2, S2 less than or equal to S3, S3 less than or equal to S4, etc. Sn minus 1 less than or equal to Sn. This implies S1 less than or equal to Sn for all n belongs to capital N. Therefore, S1 is lower bound of sequence Sn. S1 less than or equal to sequence Sn. That means nth term of the sequence must be greater than or equal to S1. Therefore, S1 is lower bound, implies sequence Sn is bounded below. That is the proof of the theorem. Next we go to next result. That is sequence Sn is a monotonically decreasing sequence. Monotonically decreasing sequence then we have to prove it is bounded below. That's why let sequence Sn is a monotonically decreasing sequence. What is the definition of monotonically decreasing sequence? Sn greater than or equal to Sn plus 1 for all small n belongs to capital N. This implies S1 greater than or equal to S2, S2 greater than or equal to S3, greater than or equal to S4, etc. greater than or equal to Sn. This implies S1 greater than or equal to Sn for all n belongs. That means S1 must be greater than or equal to any term of the sequence S1. Therefore, sequence Sn is bounded above and S1 is upper bound of the sequence Sn. Therefore, sequence Sn is monotonically decreasing sequence, then it is bounded above. Now I will explain in Telugu. First theorem ఏంటి? సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ అని కనుక ఇంక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ అయితే అది బౌండెడ్ బిలో అవుతుందని. రెండో థియరం ఏంటి? సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ అన్న డిక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ అయితే అది బౌండెడ్ అబోవ్ అవుతుందని. ఫస్ట్ థియరం ప్రూవ్ చేస్తున్నాం. సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్ ఈజ్ ఎ మోనోటానికల్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్. ఇంక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఎల్ఏ కొద్ది టర్మ్స్ పెరుగుతున్నాయని. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? ముందు టర్మ్ కంటే నెక్స్ట్ టర్మ్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. అంటే ఎస్ఎన్ అంటే ముందు టర్మ్ నెక్స్ట్ టర్మ్ కంటే తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. సారీ, ఎస్ఎన్ లెస్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎస్ఎన్ ప్లస్ 1 ఫర్ ఆల్ ఎన్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు ఎన్ క్యాపిటల్ ఎన్. అంటే S1 S2 కంటే తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, S2 S3 కంటే తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, ఎక్సెట్రా Sn మైనస్ 1 Sn కంటే తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. అంటే దీని అర్థం ఏంటి? S1 లెస్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు Sn ఫర్ ఆల్ ఎన్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు క్యాపిటల్ ఎన్. దేర్ ఫోర్ S1 ఈజ్ లోవర్ బౌండ్ ఆఫ్ సీక్వెన్స్ Sn. దేర్ ఫోర్ లోవర్ బౌండ్ ఉందంటే it is bounded below. Therefore, monotonically increasing sequence which is bounded below. Second problem, sequence Sn is monotonically decreasing. Monotonically decreasing అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? వెళ్ళే కొద్ది టర్మ్స్ తగ్గుతున్నాయి. అంటే Sn గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు Sn ప్లస్ 1. అంటే S1 గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు S2, S2 గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఈక్వల్ టు S3, ఎక్సెట్రా Sn మైనస్ 1 గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఈక్వల్ టు Sn. Therefore, S1 greater than or equal to Sn. Therefore, S1 is an upper bound of sequence Sn. Therefore, upper bound ఉంది అంటే sequence Sn is bounded above. ఇది proof of these two results. Now, one of the important theorem, that is every monotonically increasing sequence which is bounded above is convergent. And second result is every monotonically decreasing sequence which is bounded below is convergent. Every monotonically increasing sequence which is bounded above is convergent. That means if a monotonic sequence is bounded above, then it is convergent. And every monotonically decreasing sequence is bounded below is also convergent. Now we go to prove the result. Suppose sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and it is a monotonically increasing sequence and which is bounded above. For this, let us choose a set S such that Sn n belongs to capital N be the range of the sequence Sn. Because all the terms, the set of all the values of Sn is called range of the set. That way we use S. Therefore, S is non-empty and S is bounded above. So, by the completeness axiom, S has bounded above. Bounded above means it has a supremum, that is the least upper bound. Let the least upper bound be L. Let epsilon greater than 0, then L minus epsilon less than L, and L minus epsilon is not an upper bound of S because L is least upper bound. That means no element less than least upper bound is an upper bound of the sequence. Therefore, L minus epsilon is less than L and it is not lower bound of sequence Therefore, there exists small m belongs to capital N. Small m belongs to capital N such that Sm greater than L minus epsilon. At least one term of the sequence must be greater than L minus epsilon. Since sequence Sn is monotonically increasing, Sn is monotonically increasing, that is small n belongs to capital N, n greater than or equal to m implies Sn greater than or equal to Sm greater than or equal to greater than L minus epsilon. Since L is least upper bound of S, implies Sn less than or equal to L less than L plus epsilon for all n belongs to capital N. Therefore, n belongs to capital N. N greater than or equal to m implies L minus epsilon less than L plus epsilon for all n belongs to capital N. Therefore, sequence Sn is convergent and converges to L. What is L? Supremum. Therefore, monotonically increasing sequence which is bounded above converges to its supremum value. Now I will explain in Telugu. ఇక్కడ థీరంలో ఏం చేయాలి? మోనోటానికలీ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ అయ్యి అది బౌండెడ్ అబోవ్ అయితే అది కన్వర్జెంట్ అవుతుందని బౌండెడ్ అబోవ్ అయితే అది కన్వర్జెంట్ అవుతుందని చూపించాలి. దానికోసం సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ అనేది మోనోటానికల్లీ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ అండ్ బౌండెడ్ అబోవ్ అని తీసుకున్నాం. ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ అనే యొక్క రేంజ్ సెట్ని ఎస్తో డినోట్ చేసాం. అంటే ఎస్ ఏమవుతుంది? నాన్ ఎంప్టీ అవుతుంది అండ్ బౌండెడ్ అబోవ్ అవుతుంది. సో నాన్ ఎంప్టీ అయ్యి బౌండెడ్ అబోవ్ అయితే ఏమవుతుంది? దాంట్లో లీస్ట్ వాల్యూ ఒకటి ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది, లీస్ట్ అప్పర్ బౌండ్. ఆ లీస్ట్ అప్పర్ బౌండ్ ఏమంటారు? ఎల్ అనుకుంటున్నాం. అంటే దేని ప్రకారం ఇది? కంప్లీట్నెస్ యాక్సియం ప్రకారం ఎవరీ non-empty aggregate which is bounded above converges to supremum. So therefore completeness axiom prakaram S has least upper bound L. ఎప్పుడైతే L లీస్ట్ బౌండ్ లీస్ట్ అప్పర్ బౌండ్ అయిందో దానికంటే తక్కువది ఏది కూడా దానికి అప్పర్ బౌండ్ అవుతుంది. అంటే L మైనస్ ఇప్సిలాన్ లెస్ దాన్ L ఫర్ ఇప్సిలాన్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 అండ్ L మైనస్ ఇప్సిలాన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ అన్ అప్పర్ బౌండ్ ఆఫ్ ఎస్. అప్పర్ బౌండ్ అవ్వట్లేదంటే దేర్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ an integer m, positive integer m such that Sm greater than L minus epsilon. That means L minus epsilon less than Sm. Since Sm is monotonically increasing for all small n belongs to capital N, n greater than or equal to m implies Sn greater than or equal to Sm. Because monotonic in every next term is greater than or equal to its previous term. So m is smaller than n. Therefore, Sn greater than or equal to Sm greater than L minus epsilon. L is least upper bound of S. This implies Sn less than L plus epsilon for all n belongs to capital. Therefore, small n belongs to capital N. Therefore, small n belongs to capital N, n greater than or equal to m implies L minus epsilon less than Sn less than L plus epsilon for all n belongs to capital N. This implies modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon. This implies sequence Sn converges to L. What is the sequence? Sequence Sn is monotonically increasing and bounded above, converges to L. What is L? Supremum. Therefore, monotonically increasing sequence which is bounded above converges to its supremum value. Next, second result. Every monotonically decreasing sequence is bounded below is convergent. Suppose sequence Sn is a monotonically increasing sequence. Let Tn is equal to minus Sn for all n belongs to capital N. Therefore, sequence Tn is monotonically increasing and bounded above. Therefore, sequence Tn is convergent. Let limit n tends to infinity, Tn is equal to L implies limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity minus Tn is equal to minus 1 into limit n tends to infinity, Tn is equal to minus L. Therefore, Sn converges to minus L. What is minus L? Infimum. Therefore, a monotonically decreasing sequence which is bounded below converges to its infimum value. Converges to its infimum value. This is the second. ఇక్కడ సెకండ్ థియరమ్ను కూడా ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ తెలుగు. సపోజ్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్ని మానోటానికల్లీ డిక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ బౌండెడ్ బిలో అనుకున్నాం. ఆ డిక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ బౌండెడ్ బిలో అంటే లెట్ టిఎన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు మైనస్ ఎస్ఎన్ అని తీసుకున్నాం ఫర్ ఆల్ ఎన్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు క్యాపిటల్. దేర్ ఫోర్ సీక్వెన్స్ టిఎన్ ఏమవుతుంది అప్పుడు మైనస్ అది గుణించడం వల్ల ఇంక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ అవుతుంది. ఇంక్రీజింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ అయ్యి బౌండెడ్ అబోవ్ అవుతుంది. దేర్ ఫోర్ సీక్వెన్స్ టిఎన్ convergent into the previous rate. Therefore, limit Tn is equal to L implies limit Sn is equal to limit minus Tn is equal to minus 1 into limit Tn is equal to minus 1 into L, that is minus L. Therefore, sequence Sn is convergent. Therefore, a bounded monotonically decreasing sequence converges to infimum. Hence, my dear students,